Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर जी की, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की, श्री गौर निताई की, श्री पंचतत्व की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, गौर प्रेमानंदे। की बजयो जय गौर चंदे आरती गो शोभा की बजयो चंदे आरती गो शोभा बजयो जया गौर चंदे आरती गो शोभा जानवी कटवने जगमन लोभा जा जानवी तटवने जगमन लोभा जान गौरांगे आरती ग शोभा जग जना मन लोभा गौरांगे आरती ग शोभा जग जना मन लोभा तय गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौरा नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य की बदखी निताय चा भामे गधधाराय बादखी Kibadaki Nitaicha Bhami Gedhadharai Nikate Advaita Srini Vasa Chatra Dhara Nikate Kibabosi Ache Gaurachan Rekna Simhasane Kibabosi Ache Gauracha Rekna Simhasane Kibabosi Karena Brahma Adi Deva Gane Arati Kibanara Hari Adi Kori Chamara Dulaya Kibanara Kibanara Hari Adi Kori Chamara Dulaya Ibara Sanjaya Mugunda Vasu Gosha Adigaya Sanjaya Kibashanga Baje Ganda Baje Baje Karatalai Kibashanga Baje Ganda Baje Baje Karatala Kibashanga Madhura Mridanga Baje Parama Rasala Madhura Mridanga Baje Parama Rasala Kibashanga Baje Ganda Baje Madhur 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 Baje Shanga baje ganda bhaje madhur 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 baje madhur 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 baje Tai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर कि बबहू कोडी चंद्र झीनी वधन उजाला कि बबहू कोडी चंद्र झीनी वधन उजाला देशेवनमाला कोरे जलमाला गाला देशेवा कोरे जलमाला किब शिव सुख नारद प्रेमे गधगाधा किबाच किब शिव सुख नारद प्रेमे गधगाधाय भक्ति विनोदा देखे गौरर संपदा भक्ति विनोदा देखे गौरर संपदा कि बजय जय गौर चांदे आरती गो शोभा जय जय गौर चांदे आरती गो शोभा जानवी तटवने जग मनलोभा जानवी तटवने जग मनलोभा गौरांगे आरती गो शोभा जग जन मनलोभा गौरांगे आरती गो शोभा गौरांगे आरती गो शोभा जग जन मनलोभा निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदे भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निधि नामिने नमो विष्णुपदाय निधिनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे नमस्ते जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar, Sri Radhe. Jai Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar, Sri Radhe. Jai Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar, Radha Shama Sundar, Sri Radhe. Jai Radha Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Panchatattva, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya 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 Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande.
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजा चक्रचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चारवर चरण अरविंद गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नवाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्यामा कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की, मथुरापुरी वृंदावन धाम की जय, गंगा माई जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय, श्याम वेद भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
श्री श्री नरसिम्हा भगवान की जय। नमस्ते नरसिम्हाय, नमस्ते नरसिम्हाय। प्रहलाद दायिने, प्रहलाद दायिने। हिरण्यकशिपुर्भक्षः, शीलाचङ्कानखालाये, इतो नरसिंहो परतो नरसिंहो, इतो यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहो, यतो यतो यामि बहे नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहो, बहे नरसिंहो हृदये नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे, नरसिंहम् तव कर कमलवरे नखा अद्भुत सिंह, दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा। केशवदुर्ता नरहरि रूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। तव कर कमलवरे नखा अद्भुत सिंह, दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा। केशवदुर्ता नरहरि रूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवदुर्ता नरहरि रूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवदुर्ता नरहरि रूपा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंहदेव, जय नरसिंह। जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय प्रहलाद महाराज, जय भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। You want to sing? No, come on. I'll play with him. नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमः नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी निर्विशेष जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
Thank you all very much for joining Sunday Feast special program with His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj. We are very, very fortunate. So let's chant 3 times Haribol quickly. Haribol! 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 Tuesday is Ekadasi. Today is not Ekadasi. We can do again. Haribol!
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So happy to be with all of you today. I was telling in Tobacco that I came to New Jersey in 1994. I was visiting Edison. You know any Gujaratis in Edison? So there I had some family there, and very nice to be here again. So we will discuss a little bit from Bhagavad Gita today, but we'll just sing a little bit first. Just see how this works. Sorry, I have to get used to this one. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Sorry. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Radha Madhava. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Gopi Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान् Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki. So Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for coming this evening to Central New Jersey. This evening we are reflecting on some of Krishna's words from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It is explained that in Satya Yuga, the Ganga came into the universe because Vaman Dev, he pierced the universe with his toe, and then when the causal ocean washed the feet of the Lord, then it came into the universe as the Ganga. And therefore it's explained that if you take bath in the Ganga, then by the flow of the Ganga, you will also come to Krishna's lotus feet. But it's said that in Dwapara Yuga, that same Ganga came from the mouth of Krishna in the form of the words of the Bhagavad Gita. And just as if you bathe in the Ganga, then you flow towards Krishna. If you bathe your mind and intelligence in the words of the Bhagavad Gita, then you come face to face with Krishna. So we are reading from Gita. It's explained, Maline Mashanam Pumsham Jalashnanam Dine Dine Gita Shakrit Bhashishnanam Samsara Malanashanam. It's very easy to understand. Jala means water. Shnana means bath. Dine Dine means every day. Just as every day we take bath with water in order to cleanse our body, every single day, Gita Shakrit, Bhashi, Shnanam, the Bhasha, isn't it? Gujarati Bhasha. But the Bhasha, the words of the Bhagavad Gita, we should bathe our mind in that, and then all of the contamination of our consciousness will be removed. And so this is what we are doing every single day. We're trying to read Bhagavad Gita. So today we will discuss from the 4th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And this is Krishna very, very beautifully explaining to Arjuna, how do we receive the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita? How does it come into this world? This is very, very important to know. So you can repeat after me, because Sanskrit, you will be easy for you. So you can repeat after me. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu sakalene mahata yoganashta parantapa evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidu sakalene mahata Yoganashta parantapa evam parampara praptam imam rajashayo vidu sakale neha mahata yoganashta parantapa. So I'll read the translation by His Divine Grace, Shri Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. This supreme science was thus received through disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time the succession was broken, and therefore the science, as it is, appears to be lost. I will just read part of the purport that is relevant to our discussion today. So Srila Prabhupada writes, 5,000 years ago, it was detected by the Lord Himself that the disciplic succession was broken, and therefore He declared that the purpose of the Gita appeared to be lost. In the same way, at the present moment, there are so many editions of the Gita, especially in English, but almost all of them are not according to the authorized disciplic succession. There are innumerable interpretations rendered by different mundane scholars, but almost all of them do not accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, although they make a good business on the words of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Here Krishna is explaining something very, very beautiful. How does this knowledge come to us today, 2023, New Jersey? This knowledge comes to us through the disciplic succession. Isn't it? Sometimes when you ask your mother, how did you learn to cook? From my mother. And how did she learn to cook? From her mother. But then in this generation, the science is lost. Because now we go to the restaurant. So sometimes what happens is the knowledge is being passed down generation to generation. But then what happens at one point is the science gets lost. Because maybe, for whatever reason it may be, it's not passed to the next generation. Sometimes this generation is very, many of you, I don't want to say older, like you are older and I am younger. But let's say my parents' generation. They are very concerned that the culture be passed to the next generation, isn't it? Yep. Oftentimes they come in our temple in London, the parents come and they drop their children off for the Sunday school. So they drop their children off early in the morning and they say, okay, now you be here, you learn about Krishna, you make sure you understand Bhagavad Gita. Interesting thing is, after they drop the kids off, they go to the shopping mall, the cinema, the restaurant, and to the spa. And then they come back in the evening saying, you learned Bhagavad Gita, right? You're learning, right? You're practicing, no? And then you begin to think, how much will the child learn if the parents themselves are not practicing? Therefore, the science can only be passed down when there is a good student and a proper teacher. And a proper teacher means one who is also living what they are trying to share. Therefore, here, Krishna makes a very, very interesting point. He says, yoga nashta. After some time, what can happen in the world is that the purpose of religion gets lost. The essence of the religion gets lost. People seem to be practicing the religion, but actually the goal of that religion is lost. This is amazing. One time, one man, he was driving on a road and he saw something very confusing. There were two men with spades. You understand? Spade. So one man was digging up a hole and then putting the dirt to one side, and straight after he did that, another man with another spade was taking the same dirt and putting it into the hole again. So he was thinking, this is a little strange, no? Anyway, he went driving. He came back after 1 hour. They were doing the same thing. So he came up to them. He said, hey, what's going on here? One of you are lifting the dirt. One of you are putting the dirt back in. What are you doing? They said, we're doing our job. I said, what kind of job is this? He said, we're planting trees. But the guy who puts the seed in is off sick today. But you know, business as usual. You have to carry on doing your job after all. He said, Baba, what's the point if the guy in the middle who puts the seed is not here? You're just doing it for the sake of it. Maybe much of religion has become like this, ritualistic religion. We do something, but actually we don't understand why we're doing it. But no, I'm doing it because this is religion. But we must understand why we're doing it. They say when you add the spirit to the ritual, then it becomes spiritual. But if you take the spirit, if you take the knowledge, if you take the meaning away, then it's simply ritual. No transformation. You know, in Christian churches, they have confession. You understand? Confession. There's one room like this one. We can turn this into confession booth. Like in the Hare Krishna temple. So behind, in one side, the priest is sitting. And then on the other side, the person comes and says, Father, I have sinned. Last week I told a lie. Last week I stole from my wife. Last week I cheated someone. So he says all, and then he says, and here's $10 donation. You are forgiven. Do not sin again, the priest says. And the next week he came, similar things, $10. Third week he came, he similar things again. This time he said $20. So the priest said, why? Every week you come, same thing. But this week, $20? He said, yeah, next week I'm away on holiday, so I'm just covering next week's installment of sins. You just cover it up. Please realize there's no intention to change, no intention to transform your heart. Then why are you coming? Still, it's nice you come, but he said to the man, you can achieve something much better here. So oftentimes we use religion, but we don't use it for the ultimate purpose of what it can give us. That purpose is lost. Imagine if I gave you an iPhone 15, right? New one. My one is only iPhone 11. Simple living, high thinking. See, I'm not lying, see. And I give you an iPhone 15 and you use it as a door stopper. Will it work? Will it work? It won't work? Clearly none of you have ever tried. Yes, it will work. You can use an iPhone 15 as a door stopper. It will work. But if someone does that, you'll say, come on, you're crazy. You can do something much better. Why you want to use it just for that? Krishna says, yoga nashta. After some time, people use religion for very, very insignificant things when there's actually something much greater they can achieve. So what Krishna says is that most of what we see in the world today, religion, has just become a ritual. When I came to the temple, I was coming from a young age, and we used to go to every temple. So Hare Krishna, Swaminarayan, Srinathji, everywhere. We used to go to all the temples. They were very nice, actually. Then one day I came to the Hare Krishna temple, I remember at the age of about 17 or something, and then one of the devotees said to me, do you know what Arati is? I said, hey, come on. I've been coming to temple my whole life. Of course I know what Arati is. He said, what is it? So I said, yeah, it's the thing that happens at 7 o'clock. He said, yeah, that's good. At least you got the timing right. That's good. But he said, what does it mean? I said, what do you mean? He said, do you know what Arati means? The word? I thought for a moment. I said, no. He said, do you know what these items are and why we're offering them in this way? I said, no. He said, do you know why we go and we give all of these things out to everyone in the assembly? No. He said, so you've been doing this for so many years, you have no idea what you're doing. So it was very humbling. I was like, oh my God. So then he taught me, Arati. What does Arati mean? Rat means what? No, Rat. In Gujarati. Night. Night. So Arati means before the night or before the darkness. So he said this Arati means illumination. Before the darkness of the material world overcomes, to avoid the darkness of ignorance, we do Arati to make sure there is no darkness, but there's the illumination of spiritual consciousness. I said, okay, wow, I never knew that. Thanks for letting me know. And he said, do you know why we offer all of these elements? He said, because you are a soul. And the soul right now is covered by different elements. Bhumirapo nalo vayu kamano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yame bhinna prakritirashtadha. He says there are 8 material elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego. So he said, look carefully. When they do the Arati, what they are basically doing in the different items is they are offering all the different elements of material nature to Krishna. To signify that everything in this world comes from God and therefore everything should be offered to God. And when we utilize the things for God, then these elements don't cover the soul, but rather the soul can be free from material attachment. I said, wow, it's very logical. He said, yes, you have to know the meaning. He said, do you know why when we bring around the flame, you put it over, your hand over it and put it to your head? I said, yeah, I've been doing that for years. He said, do you know why you do that? I said, well, that's what everyone else does. He said, because the fire represents Gyan. Teshamevanu partham aham agyana jam tamaha nasayam yadma bhavasto gyana deepena bhashvata. The deepa represents Gyan or knowledge. And the reason we put our hands over it and back to our head is that we're praying to Krishna, may my consciousness be illumined by the light of knowledge so that I can overcome the ignorance which causes me suffering. He said, when you're putting your hand over the deepa, you should meditate on this, and then it will have more meaning. Otherwise, we're just doing it as a ritual. Isn't it? Sometimes people come to the arati and they're like, everyone, you have to get there. Otherwise they think it's like bad luck or something if I went to the temple and I didn't. But we must also understand the meaning. So like this, it was very humbling for me, because I realized, oh my goodness, I've been coming to the temple for so many years, but maybe I'm just doing it as a ritual. So then I began reading Bhagavad Gita, and then so many things started to make sense. So what happens, Krishna says, is yoga nashta. He's saying the science gets lost. One time there was a marriage going on, and just as they were about to start the yajna, a cat came into the room running around. So the yajna was just about to start. So the mother, what she did is she got a basket and she just quickly put it over the cat. So the cat was under the basket, and then they did the whole yajna. Then at the end of the yajna, she lifted it up and the cat, so everyone saw, oh my God, there's a cat there. So some people, they did not ask, like, what is this cat? Why is this cat here? And then what they did is that next time they did a yajna, they said, no, we can't start. Where's the cat? I said, well, what do you mean cat? No, there must be a cat under the basket. Otherwise you can't do the yajna. Otherwise the full phala won't come. You will be, nishphalam. And then they did it, and then the next generation did it, and the next generation, and before you know it, you can't do a yajna unless there's a cat under the basket in the room. How much of religion becomes like this? Therefore, Krishna says, I come to this world to give the knowledge. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tattagacchati. Krishna says, in this world there's nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge, because this knowledge answers all your questions, removes all of your doubts, and illumines your consciousness to understand what you should do in every single situation. And so Krishna is so kind, he comes to this world and he gives us this knowledge of Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada, he said, my greatest contribution to the world is my books. Because Srila Prabhupada said, if you understand the knowledge in these books, then basically all problems in your life will disappear. Really? Is it that easy? We're not guaranteeing you that if you read the books, then tomorrow you won't have a health problem, or tomorrow you won't have some kind of difficulty in a relationship. No, those things may go on. But the books will give you the knowledge and the wisdom to deal with whatever situation comes in life. So therefore, this knowledge is very, very beautiful. This knowledge is very, very powerful. How do we know that we are actually knowledgeable? That is also a very interesting concept. Because someone may say, I read the books, I've memorized the knowledge, I know all the shlokas, and I can tell you all the stories. Does that mean someone has now become knowledgeable? No. In the Shastra it's explained there are different signs by which we can understand someone is knowledgeable. Krishna says in Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mat sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Krishna says, how do you know who is a Buddha? Buddha means one who is very intelligent. How can you understand someone is very intelligent? Iti matva bhajante mam. They engage their life in service. the more one dedicates their life to serving Krishna, the more they are looking for opportunities, what can I give to Krishna? The more they are eager to show their gratitude to Krishna by giving something to Krishna, then you can understand they have actually understood the knowledge. Because if you say, I love Krishna, but then there's no service to Krishna, then actually that love hasn't fully matured. Isn't it? The second way we can understand that someone has actually become intelligent, in the Bhagavatam we find the verse, Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam Sangopang Astra Parshadam Yagye Saner Prayer Yajanti Hi Sumedhasha. Who is Sumedhasha? Who is actually very intelligent? Yagye Sankirtaner Prayer. One who reserves time and dedicates themselves to the holy name of Krishna. They are actually intelligent. They have actually understood the knowledge. Because after you read all the books, what you will understand is that in this age of Kali, there's no other way to reach Krishna except if we chant the name of Krishna. Later on in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. Who is a jnanavan? Who is someone who has realized all the knowledge? Mam prapadyate. They surrender to Krishna. They accept Krishna's plan. They don't fight Krishna's plan, or they're not frustrated by what happens in their life. In all situations, they're surrendered, understanding that whatever is happening to me is perfect. And therefore, if you want to know who is actually knowledgeable, look for the person who is absorbed in seva. Look for the person who is absorbed in Sankirtan. And look for the person who has embodied Saranagati or surrender. This is actually the sign that someone has become actually learned. And so today we are reflecting on some of these points that Krishna says over time people can think that they're practicing something when actually they may well be missing the point. Because yoga nashta, it can become lost in time. And therefore Krishna says, I come again to this world to establish what is the essence of that knowledge or that path. And I do that through the Bhagavad Gita. But if we don't read the Bhagavad Gita, if we don't understand the knowledge and apply it in our life, then there is a good chance that that yoga nashta is something that we will be falling prey to, because we may well be doing something but not actually achieving the real fruit or the goal of what it's meant for. And so these points are here. Krishna consciousness, Bhagavad Gita, this is a spiritual science, and it's an amazing offering for us. And if we take it seriously, then something amazing can appear in our life. And so Krishna is reminding us here that beware of the danger of missing the point. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so I'll finish here. We have some time for questions. Yeah, so if anyone has any questions, comments or complaints, then you're welcome to ask.
Hare Krishna.
think it's on now. It's on now, I think.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhanat Pranama Gaur Shisham Vipad, all goes to Kadamakaran Maharaj. Thank you so much for coming and sharing wisdom that help us breathe. I have one question. Why do some living entities wander away from Krishna, and how can they get back in track in Krishna consciousness?
Why do some living entities wander away from Krishna, and how can they get back? So Bhagavad Gita is explaining this, that all of us have free will. Where there's a will, there's a way. When you want to do something, then someone told me, where there's a will, there's a relative. I said, yeah, that's true. But where there's a will, there's a way also. Where there's a will, there's a way. So the living entity has free will. So Krishna does not force us to be in the spiritual world. If we become curious, if we become inquisitive, if we become desirous to understand what is going on separate from the spiritual world, then Krishna gives us an opportunity. So therefore it's said that Krishna creates the material world to give us the opportunity to experience what life would be like separate from Him. So yes, here we are, lost in the material world, trying to figure out who am I, where am I, what am I meant to do, and where am I supposed to go. And then how do we navigate that journey back? Maya Mugdha Swata Krishna Gyan Jivare Kripaya Koile Krishna Veda Puran. The living entities are completely bewildered by Maya. They have no clue how to get back. Jivare Kripaya, and therefore in order to show them mercy, Krishna Veda Puran, Krishna ensured that the Vedas, the Puranas, the Shastra, then illumine the way to go back home, back to Godhead. So we're here because of free will, and how do we get back? By following Krishna's teaching. Simple as that.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for wonderful session since 3 days. My question is, like, when we tell about Krishna consciousness to other people who are not devotee or who are devotee also, and they say, like you mentioned, you used to go to different temples, so people, sometimes they say we have to explore the things and we have to go to different temples. So what should be our approach to tell them about Krishna consciousness? Like, we should go to different temples and explore the things, or whatever, stick to our Hare Krishna temple only.
Are you allowed to go to any other temple? Or is it only the Hare Krishna fortress? We're going to put a tag on you and make sure, watch where you're going. See, it's like this. When the heart is satisfied, why do you need to go anywhere else? Therefore, it is not for me to sit here and tell you don't go to any other temple. It's for me to ask the question, are you finding that your love for Krishna is awakening here? If your love for Krishna, if your love for God is awakening, then you are fulfilling the purpose of going to a temple. So why do you need to go anywhere else? If you go to a hospital and you're getting better, why do you need a transfer? So you have to ask yourself, by coming to this temple, am I increasing my love for Krishna? And if you say yes, then there's no need for anything else. But if you say no, then maybe you do need to explore something else. But that's not for... See, Krishna doesn't force Arjuna. Krishna says, you're intelligent, you think about it, and you then see what you want to do. So in the Krishna consciousness movement, we don't force anyone, but we inspire them. That if you come here, Srila Prabhupada said there are so many editions of the Gita, but how many of them had made people devotees of Krishna? Therefore Srila Prabhupada said clearly, Bhagavad Gita as it is, we are presenting, is having a profound effect on people. So we should feel an effect of transformation when we come to a temple. And if we're feeling that, it's wonderful. Is that okay?
Going from being a red belt to a green belt.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Very nice class. Maharaj, I have the question not related to this class. Like day before yesterday, the class asking or put the desire in front of Lord in the bhakti. So related to that, I have one question. Like sometimes we are asking the health of our Guru Maharaj. To saying that Krishna, please keep him healthy. So our bhakti, go for long, we need him. Or sometimes we are asking our own health so we can do the service also for Krishna. Like sometimes we see because of the health issues we are blocking to go for service. So this is also like how to understand.
This is also asking Krishna for something.
Krishna. Yeah. So we are asking to Krishna even in the bhakti. So how to understand this part?
So sometimes we ask Krishna for things like make the health of my spiritual master better. So is this considered a selfish, or is this considered motivated? Is this okay? Sounds all right?
Yeah.
To me it sounds like the Akash Vani or something. It's okay? Okay, as long as it's okay for you. For me it's no problem. This is better.
Jai Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki.
Please be seated.
See, it's like this. Every Vaishnava is like a candle. Did you know that if you go into outer space, which is full of darkness, and you shine a candle, then you can see that candle 12 miles away? Because when something is very, very dark, even a small candle, it shines very, very bright. Have you noticed? Even if we made this whole room very dark, and we lit one candle, from one tiny candle, so much light would come. So every Vaishnav is like a candle. They are giving so much light to this universe which is overcome by darkness. And therefore every Vaishnav is so valuable. What to speak of the great Vaishnavas? And therefore when the prospect of a Vaishnav leaving this world comes about, then we pray profusely that no, give them more time. Because what this world really needs is spiritual people who can bring light to the world. And therefore when we pray for Vaishnavas to stay in the world longer, this is not a selfish desire. Because we're understanding without spiritual people in this world, there is no future for this world. Without spiritual people in this world, how will anyone find happiness? Without spiritual people in this world, how will anyone realize how to make their way back to Vaikuntha, the place of no anxiety? So therefore, when we pray for Vaishnavas to stay longer, this is not a selfish desire, but this is a desire for the benefit of humankind. And therefore, it's a very beautiful prayer. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
I think in this verse, as Krishna himself said, that the succession was broken. I mean, from verse 1 he told, and so why was it broken? Any specific reason, or will it be again we fall in a similar situation in near future?
So why was the disciplic succession broken, and will there be any similar situation? The reason it was broken is this is what happens with time. Generally with time everything breaks down. With time even your Tesla will break down. Because with time your health breaks down. With time your memory breaks down. So with time everything is coming down because time is destructive. Krishna says, Kalosmi Loka Krit. I'm the destroyer. Time is the destroyer of everything. So with time everything becomes degraded. So yes, with time Krishna instructed the sun god. Sun god instructed it. Then it came down through the Manus, through Ikshvaku, the line of Ram. And then it came down like this, but then in time it was lost. And will it happen again? Yes. With time anything can happen. And therefore sometimes we find even today, people are in this line of knowledge, but if you ask them questions about what is the actual meaning, then they won't be able to accurately tell you. If you want to know whether this line is even broken now, just go out there and ask people, what does the Bhagavad Gita teach? One time I said to someone, which is your favorite chapter of the Gita? He said the 20th. I said, yeah. I was like, okay. Didn't read that one. You must have some different vision. People are not reading. So many misconceptions about the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita teaches that all paths lead to the same destination. No, that's not what Krishna says. Bhagavad Gita teaches that there are so many gods, you pick which one is you like. No, not quite. Bhagavad Gita teaches that if you are born in a Brahmin family, you are Brahmin. No. Someone once said that to me, and I said, I am Brahmin. I said, oh wow. He said, yes, my lineage. I said, I was born, my father was a doctor. So can I operate on you? He said, no, but what's your qualification? No, but my father used doctors, MBBS. So it's all becoming lost even today. Therefore Srila Prabhupada came to represent it, to re-establish it. And it is up to all of us now to make sure that we understand it and we can preserve it and we can teach it and we can in this way continue these teachings. So yes, with time we have to be careful. Everything breaks down. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. My question is, when the disciplic succession breaks down, how does Krishna fix it?
Excellent. Thank you so much. Beautiful question. Well done. So the way Krishna fixes it is he comes to this world and he teaches Arjuna the essence of that knowledge again. And when Krishna teaches Arjuna the essence of this knowledge again, then he establishes a generation in which everyone understands the spiritual teaching and then again it restarts. So basically when Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, he was bringing that knowledge back into the world. Is that okay? Thank you for your question.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, Haribol. Yeah, my question is, with respect to Arjuna, Krishna saved him in all troubles. With respect to Draupadi, he saved her multiple times. But when it comes to Abhimanyu, he did not save him in the real trouble. Why?
Thank you. Did Krishna save Arjuna in all troubles? Still the Pandavas had to go through so many difficulties. They had to be, they went into exile for so many years. There was so much harm caused to them. They were stripped of all of their kingdom. They were dishonored in so many ways. So in one sense we can say even the Pandavas, they had Krishna as their constant companion. But still, Krishna, still they had to go through suffering. Therefore, it's not that when you become a devotee you won't have challenges. But what Krishna protects is your consciousness, your ability to deal with those situations. Krishna did not protect Abhimanyu. You see, what do we mean by protection? If you think protecting the body is protection, Krishna may sometimes protect the body, Krishna may sometimes not protect the body, but Krishna is always protecting the soul. Parikshit, there was a Brahmastra launched at Parikshit, and what did Krishna do? He came inside the womb of Uttara and he covered and he protected Parikshit's body. But later on, when Parikshit got cursed to die in 7 days, then Krishna did not protect his body. So was it that Krishna was protecting him in one situation and not in another? No, Krishna was always protecting him. But in different situations, he may protect us in different ways. And so even sometimes when we have to undergo suffering, we should not think Krishna is now not protecting me. But we should understand that Krishna is putting me through this suffering to protect me from a bigger suffering. Understand? In India, sometimes there are fans. Not sometimes, everywhere there is fans. And the children want to touch the fan. So what does the mother do? She turns the fan off. And when the fan is fast enough to give some pain, but slow enough so that it doesn't cause any permanent damage, then what does the mother say to the child? Touch it. And then the child gets hurt. You say, no, but why is she not protecting the child? No, she is. Because number one, there's no permanent damage. And number two, that slight experience of pain is ultimately going to save them from a bigger pain. So every time we go through an obstacle, a difficulty, a challenge, a problem, we should understand Krishna is sending me this to protect me from something much bigger. Because in this is a lesson I need to learn. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances unto your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. My question is, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, surrender unto me, and he also says not to worship demigods. So, but Pandavas are the greatest devotees and great examples for all of us, but they worship demigods. And there were incidents where he also tells them to. So it is a bit contradicting, so how should we understand this?
Thank you so much. There is a difference between worshipping demigods and honoring demigods. Every living entity in this world is worthy of honor. So why are the demigods not also worthy of honor? They are doing so much seva. Indra is looking after the heavens. Ganesh is removing obstacles. Saraswati is opening up knowledge. Lakshmi is offering fortune. So we honor them. We understand they've been blessed by Krishna. They are empowered with Shakti by which they can oversee universal affairs. And therefore we honor them. But when Krishna is talking about worshipping demigods, he's talking about those who approach the demigods thinking that they are the ultimate, thinking that they are the supreme. Krishna then says, avidhi purvakam. This is not according to the right understanding. Even Lord Chaitanya, when Lord Chaitanya went to the South India, then even he was going into temples of Lord Shiva and offering respect. So there's no problem in offering respect. There's no problem in having exchange with the demigods, as long as we understand the demigods in the position that they are in and not to mistake them as the ultimate. Does that make sense? So therefore, you'll find even within our tradition, it's not that demigods are completely cast out of everything. No, demigods are there and we offer honor and proper respect. But we understand, Ekale Ishvara Krishna Ar Sabha Britya. Krishna is the supreme controller and others are working under his jurisdiction. That doesn't mean that we are limiting the demigods or pulling them down or saying they're lesser. In fact, Krishna worships his own devotees. So why should we not offer respect to them? But it just means we have to do it with the right understanding. Is that okay?
So you said that like we have to understand the proper meaning of various customs, but where do I go to find that? And also you said that seva is the best way to absorb yourself in Krishna. So what are the best ways I can do that?
Thank you so much. So if you want to know what is the real meaning, it's explained. Tasmat shastram pramanam te karya karya vyavastito. That's why the scriptures are there. If you go to the original source of all the knowledge and try to understand, there you will find so much illumination. But I'll say along with that, that when you try to understand this knowledge, then try to understand it with the help of those who have studied and understood and who are living it themselves. When I was 15, I picked up the Bhagavad Gita, and it was very difficult to understand. But I was reading for 1 year, and then I came in and listened to one class on the Bhagavad Gita at the Hare Krishna temple, and I learned more in one class than I did in 1 year of reading myself. That's not to say that you shouldn't read yourself. You should read. But at the same time, bring your questions here, hear from others. And when you read and you hear together, then you will learn very, very quickly. And then it will become clear. All the confusions will dissipate. And what is the best way to do service? You can do anything for Krishna. You can use your talents for Krishna. You can use your time for Krishna. You can use, you can do anything. You can come to the temple, you can clean the temple, you can cook for Krishna in the kitchen, you can, if you have some ability, design a website for Krishna, do a social media platform, ISKCON, CNJ, on Instagram, for Krishna. So you can do so many things. So there's no stereotyped way of serving Krishna. Krishna has given you abilities, so just use your abilities for Krishna, and that will be amazing. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dhamma Pranam, Srila Prabhupada. Wonderful class, Maharaj. Maharaj, I have a confusion. I always come across this very often in my own life. So, while even doing the book distribution, while also engaging in the material life with a lot of other people at work, etc., I meet a lot of people who are practicing their own religious processes very well from their parampara system. For example, they are Muslims, they are Christians, and they are very faithful, very honest, and actually practicing, because I know them for years. And I sometimes wonder in my heart that should I, just like, when something, when we see a deer passing on the road, we pray, may he become the devotee of the Lord. Somebody, we always have that inculcation. But when I see those people who are practicing the religious from different, not from our, Hare Krishna, they don't know Krishna, but they are doing the religious practices very well, and they are doing it. What should I feel in my heart, that may you become a devotee of Krishna in your next birth? What should I feel in my heart for them?
Nam Nam Akari Bahuda Nij Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarane Nakalaha. God has many, many different names, and so all the religions are approaching that same God using different names and connecting with Him in different ways and finding different levels of intimacy with God. The reason we want to reveal Krishna to the world is not because of some sectarian superiority that we are better than others. The reason we want to reveal Krishna to the world is because Krishna is God at home. Krishna is God in whom the most charming, beautiful, charismatic, and intimate qualities are being revealed. Krishna is the form of God who is the most lovable, the most sweet, and the most enchanting. And therefore, our goal is that everyone should achieve as much love for God as they can. But the more you know about God, and the more you know about the inner life of God, the more you can give your heart to that God. And therefore we want to reveal, this is God, this is His name, this is His address, this is what He does with His friends, this is what He eats, this is what sports He plays, and this is how He plays tricks on His family. So much information. So our goal is that everyone should achieve as much love for God as they can. But the more that they know about God, the more they will be able to love God. So when we go to a Christian person and we talk to them about Krishna, it's not because we think they're doing anything wrong. But what we're simply trying to do is help them achieve their own goal, which is to love God. But by knowing God in a more intimate feature, you can awaken a more intimate connection. And so, Srila Prabhupada, sometimes when he met people from other faiths, he could understand that they're not ready for something more. So Srila Prabhupada encouraged them, that no problem, continue what you're doing. But when he came across some who were open and interested, what more may they be? Then he opened up the possibility of Krishna for them. So when you're meeting people in the world, there's no hard or fast rule. All we're trying to do is bring people closer to love for God. And with one person you may do it in one way, and with another person you may do it in another way, because everyone's different. So just be kind, person to person, heart to heart, and just see how far you can take them and how much you can serve them. Is that okay?
I have a question. In your book, Gita 3, what does here to see and die before you die mean?
Okay, what does here to see and what does die before you die mean? So in Gita 3, I explained that the real goal of life is to die before you die. My God, you may say, well, death in itself is like shocking, and now die before you die, double shocking. We have certain qualities, certain bad qualities, lust, anger, greed, envy, pride. All of it comes from false ego. And when I say die before you die, then the point I'm making is that we need to kill our false ego. We need to kill our pride. We need to kill our anger and envy. Because until you kill these things, you can't actually live. Because you'll be constantly haunted by these emotions which will not allow you to experience the totality of life. Does it feel nice when you walk around and you're completely angry with someone? You can't concentrate on anything. Imprisoned by that emotion. So until we learn to conquer all of these things and kill these things, we can't actually live. And therefore, I share this point that we should try to die before we die, in the sense that we kill our lower nature. Does that make sense? Yeah? And what do I mean by hear to see? What I mean by that is that you can see God if you hear about Him. I'll give you an example. Okay, let me ask you a question. Is Hasmukh Joshi in this room? No. Are you sure? How are you so sure? You know every single person in this room? No, so how do you know Hasmukh Joshi is not in this room? Is Hasmukh Joshi in this room? You don't know. Why don't you know? Because you don't know who Hasmukh Joshi is. Maybe there is Hasmukh Joshi. That was a bad name to pick, actually. There probably is a Hasmukh. Is there a Hasmukh Joshi in the house? You don't know who he is. So how can you say whether he exists or he doesn't exist? So people say, well, I don't know, I can't see God. But have you heard about God? Do you know what God's name is? Do you know what God looks like? Do you know what God does? Do you know what kind of activities God reciprocates with? If you don't hear all of that knowledge, how can you see God? It's like trying to detect someone you've never seen in your life or you've never heard about. Therefore, I say, hear to see. Because when you hear about God, then you realize, oh my God, all those years I was looking for Krishna, here he is. But I just had to hear him about him first to understand his personality. Does it make sense?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So my question is that sometimes when I chant, there's a lot of other things that come to my mind.
Wow, only sometimes? We're doing good.
So how can I stop that from happening?
Well, congratulations, you are the same as Arjun. Arjun said exactly the same thing to Krishna. And what did Krishna say to Arjun? Yato yato nischalati manaschanchalam astiram tatastato niyam yetad atman yeva vasam nayet. Krishna said, your mind will wander. Your mind will go on to other things. But every time your mind wanders, Atman Yeva Vasam Nayet, just try to keep bringing it back to Krishna. So you know what happened? You chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And then you will think, oh, that homework I need to do. And then as soon as you remember, oh, I'm thinking about homework, then you come back and remember Krishna. But what some people do is they're chanting, then they think about their homework, then they continue chanting and they do their homework in their mind. That you shouldn't do. So, does it make sense? So like whenever your mind wanders and goes to another space, and as soon as you realize, oh no, I'm not thinking about Krishna anymore, then you have to bring the mind back to the name of Krishna. Now you're hearing me speak, so your mind is not anywhere, right? Because you're hearing the vibration of my voice, so you're focused. But then, if I start getting boring, which I probably will in a few minutes, then you might start going. But then you can always bring it back, you see? So therefore, the art of focusing is to keep refocusing. You have to keep coming back. And then you know what will happen is as you keep coming back more and more, then you will find that your mind wanders less and less. But when your mind wanders, if you let it wander, and the Hare Krishna mantra becomes like the background music track to your mental trip around the universe with a nice backing track, Hare Krishna, Hare, but other so many, then it's not going to, you have to bring it back to the sound. It's so simple, but Prabhupada said it's so simple, you may just miss it. So all we have to do, Krishna couldn't have made it more simple. We just have to sit down, chant the mantra and hear it. And Prabhupada said, I'm telling them, chant, chant, chant. And they're telling me, can't, can't, can't. Is that okay? Good luck and wish me luck as well. We'll all be trying. Thank you. Maybe last question, is it? Last question.
Yes. Humble obeisances, Maharaj. Very nicely you answer all the questions clearly. So it is amazing. I have one question, but I got some answer from the other exalted Vaishnava also. But I am not satisfied about that. But this is a very difficult. Not that I am talking about that we are the Nitya Baddha and Nitya Siddha Jiva, right? So we are always the like me as a scoundrel, as in always is always Nitya Baddha, or once upon a time I was a Nitya Siddha, Nitya Mukta. What is that? Yes. So,
are you eternally liberated, eternally conditioned? Which one are you?
So, right now I am in Nitya Baddha. So
yes. So okay, I understand.
Yeah. So
I think I understand.
Yes.
Maybe I don't. I'll try.
Yes.
So in Vedic terminology, we have two terms: Nitya Siddha and Nitya Baddha. Nitya Siddha means they are always perfect in the spiritual world, always with Krishna. And then there is Nitya Baddha, those who are here in the material world, all of us who have become conditioned. But the mysterious point is that we are called Nitya Baddha, eternally conditioned. But then 30 minutes ago I just told you that we made a decision to come from the spiritual world. So how can we be eternally conditioned? Is that your question, right? Like, have you eternally been in the material world? Are you eternally bound up? Right now, you're a scoundrel. Okay. Do you become a Nitya Siddha once you're there? you were in the spiritual world. Nitya Siddha means one who never misuses their free will. But someone residing in the spiritual world may decide to misuse their free will and come to the material world, in which case they become Nitya Baddha. But now you may say, why are we Nitya Baddha? Because we've not eternally been in the material world. But our acharyas say, Nitya Baddha means you're bound in the material world since time immemorial. Time immemorial means it's such a long time that you've been in the material world that it's almost like eternity. But it's not that you've eternally conditioned, because we were also with Krishna like that. And when you go back to the spiritual world, you become a siddha. You become perfect because of grace, because of sadhana. But you're not considered a Nitya Siddha, because a Nitya Siddha is someone who never misuses their free will. Yeah. Is there any chance once you go there to come back? Well, Krishna says in the Gita, Natad bhashayate shuryo na shashanko na pavakaha yadgatva na nivartante. Krishna says once you go, na nivartante, you don't come back. Srila Prabhupada, he was translating, distributing easy journey to other planets. So he was in Jhansi, and one man said, oh, if I read this book, can I go to other planets? Prabhupada said, yes, you can go to the supreme planet. He said, and then can I come back to Jhansi? Prabhupada said, why you want to come back? Yadgatva nani vartante. Once you go there, you don't come back. He said, I can't come back to Jhansi. He said, then I don't want the book. So the idea is that in English they have a saying, once bitten, twice shy. So once we have this experience of the material world, then the curiosity has been satisfied. So, but anything's possible, who knows? The spiritual world is a world of unlimited possibility. So you can never say never to anything in the spiritual world, because anything can happen. Is that okay? Once you get there, say a prayer for us. Thank you so much. All right, I guess we could go on, but I think maybe we should.
Want comment or something? Or? It wasn't a question, but having followed Maharaj now around for 3 days and just listening to all your wisdom, I feel like, everyone here who's been coming for your classes, we can, in the spirit of what you explained to that other devotee, we can all collectively offer you our gratitude and pray to the deities to give you long life, great inspiration, great empowerment, so that you can continue to illuminate the hearts of not just us, but millions of people all over the world.
Arriba!
Arriba!
So let's thank His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj with a loud Some short announcement, okay?
Yes, of course.